All right, welcome. This is going to be my third ranked placement game for the Allies. It's against GUNTHER. And my focus for this game and all future Allied games is really going to be working on my American logistics, getting the flow of troops into Europe or Africa or wherever I decide to get them, but getting them into a rhythm so that at some point in the game, the flow is just so constant that it can overwhelm Germany. I have been really bad at that historically, so that's going to be my focus. GUNTHER did a couple of things early in the game that were non-traditional moves, and he did a few things that I think provide some valuable lessons as far as Axis play. So we'll go over those. I'll probably say some during the recordings, but at the end when I wrap up, I'll definitely touch on a couple of the things I noticed to improve the play of the Axis powers. So with that, let's get to the game. All right, welcome. This is my third Allied placement game. So I'm playing against GUNTHER. And my purchases for Russia were the 2 tanks and 4 infantry buy. And I'm going to go ahead and do the standard 9-12 attack. Alright, so let's see how those battles go. Alright, the combat in West Russia was pretty atrocious. I lost 5 guys, I think, which is pretty bad. But I took out Ukraine and I have all 3 of my tanks left. So it's going to be, well, we'll see what he does. All right, let's take this, go down here. This guy will go to Moscow. Nope. Yeah. These guys will go to Archangel. This guy will go to Ivanki. And we'll move four guys into Yakut. Alright, so that'll be the end. Oh, wait, let me move my sub over here to C-Zone 7. Alright. Not a great Russian start, but we'll see if we get what we can do with this. So I'll throw my 2 tanks in Russia and the 4 infantry in the Caucasus. Alright, that's going to be the end of Russia round 1. I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round 1. Alright, welcome back. This is round 1 for United Kingdom. So the state of the board, because of my disastrous start in West Russia, I lost 6 infantries here. Germany was able to mini-stack Karelia and frontline Bello and Ukraine here. So already Russia is in just a terrible way. He did do something interesting here. He did not take Transjordan. He went for, I think they call it the Kriegsmarine strategy. I've been watching videos, and I think the last guy that talked about this was the Kriegsmarine strategy. Unbelievably, he attacked C-Zone 7 with only 4 units and killed everything in it, except for the sub. So that was good for him. I think that I'm so far behind the 8 ball on this that I'm going to go ahead and try yet another risky play. If you watch my Allies videos, that's what I do. So we went ahead and bought an industrial complex and 3 infantries. We're going to throw the IC in Egypt. So for the combat move, we're going to take 1 fighter and go after the transport there. I considered using the fighter and the bomber to go after the battleship here, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to put a navy here for America, and I'm going to move this navy here into 17, so we're going to pinch this guy off. That's the idea anyway. And we're going to use this cruiser and take out this and this fighter and take out his transport there. And that, my friends, is going to be all the combat that we're going to do this turn. So, yeah, it's not looking really good, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and run those and see how they do. Let's see, what can I do with the bomber? Well, I'm going to have my bomber in a position where I can use it next turn to kill the battleship. I might throw it down here in Egypt. Yeah, so I might throw it down here in Egypt just to give it a little bit more strength there. Let's see. All right, this may be a short game, but that's what happens when okay, this game is probably effectively over. The destroyer got 2 hits on my attacking units, and I was unable to kill the transport, so Japan still has his transport, which is pretty bad. So I think this game is probably over. Yeah, that was that's so bad. I've never had that happen before. That is so bad. Oh man. Well, this is why you play the games, I guess. Anyway, that's going to do it for... Let me mobilize real quick. Alright. That's going to do it for United Kingdom round 1. I'll see you guys back for USA round 1 and Russia round 2. Alright, welcome back. This is round 1 for United States. So, the state of the board... Japan did normal Japan stuff. They did not attack Sichuan, which I understand that because I don't attack Sichuan now anymore as Japan in my opening round, because it's like it's an iffy battle, and if you don't win it, it sets you back. So I usually just wait for round 2 to take it, but they didn't do it, so that's okay for us. They did do Pearl, and it was pretty successful, Pearl. And then they moved this transport up here to take Soviet Far East instead of prepping for the India turn 3. So, not exactly sure what Japan's plan is. But my plan for United States, obviously, is to start landings as soon as possible because our Russia was an absolute disaster. I did calculate if we can get enough units in here to make this a 50-50 battle for everything Germany has. And I think that's the best that we can hope for given how crappy our opening round was. So I think we're going to have to do that. It's only going to last for a turn because he can probably take out... I'll have only 4 infantries there, and he can take it out with these 4 guys and the 5 tanks. But if he does that, I can kill that instead. So I don't think he will, but we'll have to see what happens. So anyway, for America, we bought a tank, an aircraft carrier, 2 transports, and a destroyer. We have to deal with this here, and we have to deal with what our decision is moving forward with our American fleet here. This pisses me off because I think he's going to start dropping guys in Alaska, which I hate. But it is what it is. We're going to have to try to start landing as soon as possible. So as far as the combat goes, we're going to attack with our planes and our bomber. We have to kill this submarine. We are going to... Wait a minute. Where's our little disengage button here? There used to be a little disengage button up here. So we do not want the sub to engage in combat there. Alright, so let's see. We're going to move the sub. We'll leave. We'll just move the sub out of there. Alright. And we're not going to attack anything here. I think the only combat move we have is this here. Alright, so let's pray that that works. I've had terrible dice rolls lately, so we'll see what happens. But we have to win this. Of course he gets a return hit out of 1 defending. That's unbelievable. That's kind of been the way my dice have been so far. So that's pretty friggin' atrocious. So we're going to move our air power to get to the aircraft carrier here. We're going to fly this plane up here. Let's see. This bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. The plane, however, can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the plane can't attack it either. So if he wants to take a tank and an infantry against my plane and my infantry, I guess he can. I don't think I would take that, but it is what it is. We're going to move all this down here to C-Zone 19. I don't like it. I don't like abandoning the Pacific so quickly. But we don't really have much of a choice. We really don't have much of a choice. So... Oh yeah, and this fighter has to go to West Russia in order to get us up to our 49% chance to defend. So I think that's everything we're going to do. Oh no, let's move these guys out of Szechuan and moving back to Kazakh. All right. That's everything America's going to do. So with the Soviets, we got to mobilize real quick. We're going to put our aircraft carrier, our destroyer, our 2 transports, and our tank in western United States. All Russia's going to do is buy 8 guys. Actually, we'll buy 6 guys. Oh no, we'll go ahead and buy... We'll buy 8 guys and an artillery. Alright, we'll buy 8 guys and an artillery for Russia. That map note is just reminding me as the United Kingdom to move this fleet, because sometimes I leave it there for like 4 turns. And it's stupid. But I always forget about them. Alright, so for combat, I thought about attacking stuff, but I'm not going to attack stuff. So I'm not going to attack anything. Which kind of blows. But it is what it is. So. Alright. For the non-com, we're going to move all of our stuff except for 1 guy into West Russia. We're going to move this guy back to Kazakh. We're going to move these 4 guys back. Actually, you know what? Let's move this guy there, and we'll move this guy to Archangel. So we get another guy in there. So we'll have 10 infantries. And we'll get our defense up to a 34% chance for him to take it, 62% chance for us to hold. So I don't like the odds. We got it up to 62, but really it's kind of all we can do, given our current situation and how terrifying Russian opener was. Actually, I wonder if I can trick these guys. You know what? Let me throw my sub there. And then let me change my defense profile to default. I've seen this before a couple of times where you can throw a sub in somebody's fleet, and then if they don't disengage, and they choose to take the battle, it prevents them from moving the transport in the non-com phase. So that's what I'm kind of hoping. He may just get it and move out of there, go somewhere, but we don't have much other use for that sub, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, I think that's going to be everything. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's everything. We're going to throw 4 infantries in the Caucasus. 4 into... Actually, we're going to lose that anyway, right? So let's not do that. We're going to put our artillery there. We'll put 6 guys there, and we'll put 2 guys there. Because why you waste 4 guys? If he's going to attack with his tanks, then I'll have more units here to wipe that back. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, I think we are good. Alright. Not a really eventful turn for Russia. We're pretty much hanging on for dear life here in West Russia. We'll see what happens. That's going to do it for round 2 for Russia, and I'll see you guys back for round 2 for United Kingdom. Alright, welcome back. This is round 2 for United Kingdom. So the state of the board, Germany's doing some weird stuff here. Now, a couple options here. The guy's really good, and he's totally trolling me because my Russia opener was so horrible. Or he's really good, and he's just trying out some new shit because my Russia opener was totally horrible. So you have some opportunity to take some risks. Or he's just not that experienced playing. Because some of the things he's doing, like, so for example, for Germany's purchase in round 2, he bought a destroyer, an aircraft carrier, 3 infantry, an artillery, and a tank. Okay, so his infantry purchases, and in round 1, he bought 3 infantry, 2 artilleries, 2 tanks, and a bomber. He's not buying a ton of infantry for Germany. Second thing he did, which I found is kind of interesting. So he had a nice stack of tanks in Karelia. I was considering whether or not I was going to have to hit it. So he moved 4 of them and 4 guys to Archangel, and then he moved 2 tanks and a guy into the Caucasus, which is essentially going to allow me to attack those and trade infantry for tanks. And I will do that 100% of the time. I will trade infantry for tanks. But one of the things that he did do, because he bought the aircraft carrier and he's got 4 fighters and a bomber and a destroyer in range of Sea Zone 7, I elected not to drop a fleet again, which is getting... You really want to drop a fleet by round 2 as United Kingdom, but I have not been able to. So what I did do is I bought 2 tanks, 2 artilleries, and 2 infantries. I'm going to throw... Wait a minute. And a fighter. So I'm going to throw 2 tanks and a fighter in India. Japan... Oh yeah, and Japan's purchase also. Japan's purchase was, in round 1, was an artillery, an aircraft carrier, and a bomber. That was his opening round purchase. So that's really interesting. No additional ships other than the aircraft carrier. Did he need a second bomber? Not sure what happened to the first bomber. Oh, it landed over here on Wake. So, that's really interesting purchases too. That's definitely not in line with setting up for a J3 play on India. So I decided to put a little bit more offensive firepower here. I'm going to have 2 tanks and a plane here, and they can also back over here if I need to and attack in Europe. So anyway, that was the rationale behind my purchases here. Big battle is going to be this one here. I'm going to use these 4 guys, and I can use all my Russia stuff and these 4 guys and then 2 artilleries. Take this out and leave my West Russia stack decent against the remaining... What is he going to have? Not a lot of stuff, as long as these 2 attacks go well. So we'll have to see how that works out. This thing here, he took Brazil, probably just to see if he could. I'm not sure what the play is there, because this stuff's going to be wiped. But then again, this stuff usually gets wiped in the first couple turns. So it's as good of a play as any, and he gets 3 free IPCs, so not terrible. I guess. I wouldn't have done it, but you never know. I'm going to see how this pans out. I'm not very good playing the Allies, so it may work to his advantage. So let's go ahead and, for our combat, we're going to hit the Caucasus here. So we're going to take an artillery and 1 infantry. We're going to go here, hit the Caucasus. I'm going to take this fighter and hit the Caucasus. We're going to take our other 2 fighters from West Russia and hit the Caucasus, and we're going to take our bomber and hit the Caucasus. So obviously our hope is that we can get 3 hits before they get 2 hits, right? I would consider taking the bomber as a casualty, but I probably won't, because if they're all dead, I can use America to walk in here or Russia to walk in here and recapture it. It would be nice, though, if I had this available to deploy Russian units. So it would be really nice if I can have this before Russia's turn starts. Alright, and then what other attacks are we going to do? Nothing else. Thought about doing this, but I don't think there's a need to. We're going to actually save these troops, bring them to C-Zone 25, land them in Africa, and we can squeeze these guys out. So it looks like that's all we're going to do this turn for England. Alright. Let's hope that we get something. Alright, kind of a mixed bag on the combat. We killed all of his stuff, but he killed all of our stuff. So, didn't work out as well as I had hoped. Where am I going to put the bomber? Put it back here. But like we said before, America, in fact, Japan doesn't even have any planes in range. So I don't think Japan's going to do anything with the Caucasus. So America should be able to drop a guy in here, and Russia can use it to mobilize some troops if we need to. Alright. Oh yeah, I gotta move these guys here. So we're moving to 25. So we can get rid of our map note. This we're gonna have to kill. We're gonna use the bomber, destroyer, and the bomber, the destroyer, and the battleship, and try to kill all this. With America's turn, I think that's everything we're going to do for United Kingdom turn. Alright. That looks like it. So let's go ahead and go to the next phase. We're going to throw a fighter, 2 tanks in India. We're going to throw 2 artilleries in Egypt and 2 infantries in United Kingdom. Alright. So that's going to conclude United Kingdom round 2. I will see you guys back for America round 2. Alright, welcome back. This is round 2 for United States. So, the state of the board. We talked about this during UK's turn. I think this is a mistake. So I'm going to use Russia to knock this out after I move America. And we do have to worry about Japan. They are advancing. India may or may not be okay. I'll have to run the numbers on it. We'll see when it gets to India's turn. I'm sorry, when it gets to UK's turn, what we're going to do there. But the goal for this turn is we got to kill this stuff here. And we got to send some units and get them prepped to start making landings. Either in Archangel or the Nordic territories here, Norway and Finland. So our buy for this turn was 2 more transports, 6 infantry, and 2 artilleries. I'm going to have 3 transports here and 4 transports here, so we're going to have 7 to start the flow of troops going here. Hoping that logistically it works out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use these 2 dudes and take the Caucasus. And then we're going to use the battleship, the destroyer, and the bomber to attack this stuff here. We just need to get 2 hits before they get 4 hits. And then I think that is all of the combat moves we're going to do this turn. He's going to do Alaska pretty soon, I think. I would suspect that this turn he's probably going to buy some transports and start landing in Alaska. So we're going to drop a couple troops down here in western United States just to prepare to mount a defense. But right now he has no transports in the area, so we're not going to worry about that right now this second. I think that's all the combat we're going to do. So let's get it done. Alright, for the non-com, our bomber here is going to land I guess if we land him in Africa, that might not be bad. Let's land him in Africa. Alright, we'll land the bomber in Africa. We'll take... So we're going to take our artillery, our 2 tanks, our 2 dudes, and our 3 dudes. And we're going to move them up to Sea Zone 2, drop them in Greenland. We're going to take our destroyer, our aircraft carrier, our fighters, and our cruiser, and go up to Sea Zone 2. I'm going to take this fighter and put it in the eastern United States for now. I'm going to take this transport and put it in the western United States for now. And I think we're leaving that fighter there because we're not evacuating... We're not evacuating West Russia yet. Because I think this is still going to be a 50-50 battle. After we kill this. So, is that all the moves we want to make? Now let's move the sub off to the... Let's move it down here. To Hawaii. He has no destroyers in range yet. So let's see if we can't play around with that. Alright, that seems to be enough of America's non-com. Alright, so let's mobilize. 2 transports in the eastern seaboard. 2 artilleries on the east coast. 4 infantries on the east coast. And 2 infantries on the west coast. Alright, okay, for Russia round 3, we're just going to buy 7 infantry. Actually, we'll buy 6 infantry and an artillery, why not? Because we can only buy 7 units anyway. So we only have 21 IPCs. So like we talked about before, this is vulnerable now. So I'm going to take these 4 guys, all these guys, all my artilleries, and my planes, and we're going to hit this and pray that it goes well. If it does, I calculated everything I can hold West Russia for 1 turn with about 97% chance. This is a 99% chance victory with 98% chance to take the territory, which I have to do. If I don't take this territory, I have to move all this stuff back into Russia, and I'm going to lose my American and British fighters. So this has to succeed. I'm tempted to send a little bit more, but if I do, then this is going to be a lesser defense, and I don't want that. So we're just going to go for that. That's all the combat that we're going to do. Russia doesn't have a lot of options, but I think this was a mistake, as we talked about him splitting up his tank force. He's going to be down now to 6 tanks as Germany, and he hasn't bought a lot of infantry. So let's see how that goes. Okay, that worked out really well for us. So he lost all of his stuff, and we lost 3 or 4 infantry. I think 4 infantry. So our planes go back in here to West Russia. We're going to send this guy to the Caucasus. And that's all we're going to do in the non-com phase. We're going to start losing these territories. I understand that. But, and this may fall, I'm not sure, but we're going to be okay, I think. We'll see. So in this instance, that's going to be it for the non-com. Oh, wait a minute. Let's move the sub. Let's send the sub. Let's send the sub into the med. Maybe I can send him out here and do something over here. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's send the sub up there. Just for cannon fodder in case they're not in range yet, but in case they go over there and he somehow manages to, once I move into this, if he wants to attack me in C-Zone 3, I'll have another unit that can take a hit. Alright, so that'll do that. Now, okay, so we're going to put 4 infantry. No, we'll put, no. We're going to put 3 infantry in the Caucasus, 3 infantry in Russia, and the artillery in Russia. Now we'll see what he does from here. If he decides to, try to move forward here, I think that would be a mistake too. But I think he's made a couple pretty strategic errors there. But we'll see what he decides to do. So that's going to conclude Russia round 3, and I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round 3. Alright, welcome back. This is round 3 for United Kingdom. So the state of the board. So I had a little mini fleet here in C-Zone 16. Germany attacked it and attacked it with 4 fighters and a bomber and lost 4 fighters. So granted I lost 2 fighters, a transport, and an aircraft carrier, and I think a destroyer also. To me, I think that's better because the naval units that I had here are usually units that die in the first turn anyway. And for them to be able to be used to kill 4 German airplanes, especially when he hasn't bought much infantry at all for Europe. And the other thing he did is he did not back away his Karelia stack at all. And so I'm pretty sure this turn with Russia, I'm going to kill it. I'm probably going to kill everything here in Karelia and take it back. So, but anyway, that's for next turn. So, with Japan, he's not doing bad. So, with Japan, I did calculate that next turn, he has enough stuff here to take India. So, I'm going to do something that's a little bit risky, probably not advisable, but I'm going to try to hold this for one more turn. So, in order for me to hold it for one more turn, we're going to buy 3 planes. Alright, so I calculated that if I put 5 fighters in here and a bomber, I have an 85% chance to hold India if he attacks it. Now, a couple things will happen. If he decides, I don't know if he's using a calculator, if he decides to attack it and he gets a 15% result, he's probably going to have very, very few units left here. If he doesn't attack it, then obviously it's going to give me even more time to reinforce. Or he could attack it and fail miserably and try to go for broke, and then he'll have no units left in this area at all. And I should have some stuff here and be able to press forward or just make this impenetrable. So India is... We'll see what happens this turn if he decides to take it. But we're going to stack it with 5 fighters. We're going to bring this one down here to try to defend it. Only thing we're going to do this turn for as far as combat is we're going to take what's this over here? Morocco. We're going to take Morocco back. And oh yeah, and the other thing Germany did is he put a destroyer here, I guess presumably to block me from dropping any stuff in Archangel. But because he took Brazil, I'm going to go ahead and I was going to delay a turn anyway. I'm going to take this stuff here, kill Brazil, and then take this stuff here, kill this destroyer, kill Norway, and take Finland. Obviously anticipating that I'll use Russia to knock out Karelia, and then we'll be in a really good position in Europe. And then this right here is pretty much a stalemate. Although the bomber won't be here anymore. Okay. And the bomber needs to go here to give me the 85% chance to hold. So that's essentially all the combat we're going to do with the United Kingdom. I know it's a pretty short turn. But that's all we're going to do. Alright, for the non-com phase, we're going to send our sub down here to C-Zone 28. We're going to try to sneak it around the Cape. We're going to add one more guy to Egypt. I guess in theory he could grab a guy with this transport, a couple guys, and go and sneak around and take Persia. I don't think that's a great play. But I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think that's a great play. I think he wasted too much time over here. Because he hasn't really pressed forward a lot either. Granted, it's only round 3, so we'll see what happens. He does have some stuff here that's coming this way, so we'll see what happens. What else did I want to do? Oh yeah, fly this fighter down to India. And really I have nothing else that I can do with the United Kingdom. So we will end that. Going to throw our 3 fighters in India. And that will be the end of United Kingdom round 3. So I'll see you guys back for United States round 3. Alright, welcome back. This is round 3 for United States. So a quick state of the board. We talked about this earlier. Germany pretty much has a divided front up here. And we're going to use Russia to take advantage of it and press. We're going to play aggressively with Russia. We had a pretty bad Russian opener, but we've semi-recovered, so we're going to press forward. Germany has bought very little infantry for all of Europe. So if Russia's able to take out Karelia and Ukraine, he's going to have like 10 infantry left on the board. So he really didn't change this much. He prepped another like a round 4 Japan to India, but I've done some math on it and I've calculated we can defend that with about a 90% certainty if we mobilize and drop another plane in there. We're going to mobilize 3 tanks and drop a plane in there, and it'll get us up to 90% defense. The plane's going to come from here. So Japan, what they've done is they've pressed all the way up against our backside here, which we have to do something about with Russia. But after that, they're pretty thin. Pretty thin. So, but it looks like they're setting up. They're going to take Alaska next turn. He got a couple more transports. I think he's going to land in Alaska, so we're going to have to defend. We're going to prep a counterattack. Because the usual play is grab Alaska, then grab Hawaii. We don't want that to happen, so when he grabs Alaska, we'll counterpunch it and hopefully kill it. One of the major sticking points here is this stupid Brazil, that he took Brazil. It's 3 points. I'd really like to take it back. But America, with America, I'm going to take 3 points here this turn. And so instead of taking this back, I'm going to prep for a France landing next turn or Northwestern. And so we are going to leave it for one more turn. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is. So for the Americans to attack, we're going to put our 2 guys into Kazakh. We're going to use our fighter. And we're going to use our bomber to kill this guy. Alright. The idea behind this, obviously, he used a destroyer to block, presumably from me getting this stuff over here to Archangel. But because he had the bomber here anyway, I can't leave any transports here unguarded as long as Norway and Finland are under German control. So we're going to take Norway and Finland anyway. So we're going to attack with a destroyer. And then we're going to take 2 guys. And we're going to move them to C-Zone 3. And we're going to drop them in Finland over here. We are going to take the 2 tanks, the artillery, and the other 3 guys. We're going to move them here and attack Norway. We're going to take the cruiser, the aircraft carrier, and the 2 planes. And actually we'll do 1 plane to attack the sea zone and the other plane to attack Norway. Alright. What else? Alright, there's nothing else I want to attack with Germany. I'm sorry, with America this turn. So let's get this done. Obviously this is a big one here, just to get some of these guys off of my back here. Alright, strong captured. Implausible in Norway. Why is that implausible? Seven units against 2 guys in Norway is implausible? Oh, well, there's something wrong with their calculator. Okay. So the combat went just as we expected it. Again, don't know why this is implausible. So we'll take that and fly it there. Okay, we're going to take the battleship and move it here. Okay. We're going to take our fighter and throw it in India. We're going to take our bomber and throw it in Russia. And our plane goes to Sea Zone 3. We're going to take our infantry out of Alaska and our 2 from Western United States, and we're going to take our fighter and we're going to drop it in Western Canada there. We're going to take our 2 artillery and our 4 infantry. We're going to go up to Sea Zone 2. And we're going to drop them all off in Greenland. Let's look at this bomber here. Bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it can't land anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it can't land anywhere. Wait a minute. Let's try it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It still can't land anywhere. All right. So these should be safe. I mean, 2 fighters against, and a bomber against 2 fighters, an aircraft carrier, and a cruiser. I like those odds. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that will conclude America's turn. Let me just make sure I looked at all my notes. Okay, the American fighter is going there. U.S. battleship's going there. Canada, U.S. fighter. And okay. So that's all good. Alright. So we did that. Gonna throw our 2 transports in Sea Zone 11. Our tank goes into West United States. Our 2 infantries and our 2 artilleries go into Eastern United States. And that is going to be it for America's turn. For Russia, we're going to buy 7 infantry. All right, now we ran some numbers here. All right. We ran some numbers on the Karelia stack here and the Ukraine. So we figured that we got ourselves up to a 94% chance if we attack this with 11 infantries. So we need 5 of there. 11 infantries. 11 infantries, 3 artilleries, and a fighter are going to hit Karelia. All right. And we have a 93% chance to take the territory. And then on this one here, we're going to take 9 infantries, 3 tanks, and the other fighter. And we have a 98% chance to take those territories. So if these 2 battles are successful, then we're going to put Germany in a real bind because they don't have a lot of infantry left to defend. These guys are going to do nothing, and they're going to get hammered by United Kingdom if they live. If they try to attack, I don't think they're going to live. So. All right, those are the only battles that we're going to do with Russia. Thought about hitting this tank, but we're not going to. We're just going to put 10 guys. We'll just have 10 guys and an artillery and 2 fighters. And that ought to be enough to withstand this. So let's see how the battles go. Okay. Archive. All right, strong in Karelia, strong in Ukraine. So let's get this done. Alright. For Russia's non-com, the planes are going to fly back to the Soviet Union. AA guns are going to go back to Russia. One guy is going to go to... Well, actually, I'm not even going to put one guy... I'm not even going to put one guy in West Russia, because if he decides to take it, then we'll just use these forces combined and crush him. So we're just going to give that up. He probably will take it. I mean, with one guy maybe, but you know what? Let's put one guy there, so he has to go stronger. So we'll still have nine guys in here, 2 planes and an artillery against 3 guys. He doesn't even have any planes that can reach. His planes are out of reach. The bombers can reach. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the bombers can reach, but 9 guys, 2 planes, and an artillery and a bomber. They should be plenty to defend Russia. Oh, let's take our sub here and let's move it. Where do we want to move it? Let's move it here. So in case they decide to attack with his aircraft carrier, we can at least take the sub as a casualty. Alright, so that will do it for America and Russia's turn. All 7 infantry go into Moscow. Alright, kind of a long sequence because we had 2 turns combined, but I think probably we're going to try to be patient here, but probably we'll land in France next turn, although I don't have enough Brits, so maybe I'll just take back Africa or land in Italy. I might land in Italy with UK. And take France with America. So we'll see. Alright, anyway, that is round 3 for America, round 4 for Russia. I'll see you guys back for UK round 4. Alright, welcome back. This is round 4 for United Kingdom. So, state of the board, Germany did take back West Russia. Went into Bella with 1 tank, put a guy in Baltic, kind of put 1 guy in each of all these territories to hold them, I guess, and then didn't do much else. He bought a couple more tanks, and let's see, what was Germany's buy? Germany bought 6 infantry, 2 artilleries, and 3 tanks. So he actually started to buy some infantry. Which he needs to do, really. So for this turn in United Kingdom, so we figured this out. We can hold this for 1 more turn if we throw 3 more tanks in there. So we bought 3 more tanks to put him in there. That gives us a 90% chance to hold whatever he's got here. America's going to start landing in Archangel because we dealt with this. So I'm gonna wait 1 more turn on Brazil because I want America's flow to keep going. So we're going to wait 1 more turn on Brazil. I hate to give Germany the money, but that's just the way it is. So for our combat move, we'll move those 2 guys there. We'll move everything into Libya to try to clear out Africa. And that's going to do it for United Kingdom's combat. Oh, yeah. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we cleaned up Africa. We're going to put the bomber down here because we're going to use the bomber to attack Brazil next turn. We're going to take our transport, go over to C-Zone 11, drop these guys into eastern United States so that we can use them to transport them over there. We're going to take our cruiser and we're going to move it to C-Zone 9 That way we can bombard with it in 22, or we can move it up here somewhere else if we need to. We are going to not move anything else. I think that is it for our non-com. Let's see, make sure. 1, 2, bombard. Okay. Go to the next phase. Our 3 tanks go to India. 2 infantry go to Egypt. 3 infantry go to United Kingdom. We could probably drop a fleet, and we probably should have dropped a fleet. But given the board the way it is, we're just going to let America start dropping troops and not worry about a fleet since we control Africa. So that's going to do it for United Kingdom round 4. I'll see you guys back for USA round 4. Alright, welcome back. This is round 4 for America. So the state of the board, he did do the end around. He popped over here and took my IC in Egypt. I don't think it's that great of a play. I mean, it's nice he gets 2 extra monies for this turn, but I'm just going to take it right back. Then this fleet's useless, and I might even have enough stuff with my 8, 5, and 5 to kill everything in Burma. And if that's the case, he's not going to have much else. He can maybe, it depends, but I might be able to push forward and really knock out Japan's stuff here. As far as our combat here, we went ahead and bought 7 infantries, an artillery, and 2 transports. He did the Alaska play. We kind of anticipated it. But he does have 3 more transports here again, and I'm assuming he's going to keep doing the Alaska play, which is fine. We'll just have to start defending here. So I'm going to try to attack this and wipe everything. If it doesn't work, I think it's like a 60% battle. If it doesn't work, I'll have to put a bunch of stuff in here to defend. And it's going to slow me down even more. But it is what it is. So we are going to... That's what we bought for our combat. All right, we're going to take 3 transports. We're going to take our 2 tanks and our artillery and our 2 guys and 1 guy and we're going to move over here. 3 transports, and we're going to drop them all here. We're going to take our fighters and we're going to attack here. We're going to take our bomber and we're going to attack here. We're going to take our cruiser and bombard. And that is all of the combat America's going to do. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to try Alaska. So we're going to take the tank, the fighter, and the 3 guys and try to repel Alaska. And see how that works. Russia is going to be able to kill this, and hopefully kill this. And maybe even kill this. Depending on... we'll see. But we're probably going to be able to... Hopefully we'll be able to take this stuff back with Russia. But we'll find out right now. So, let's go ahead and do the combat. Unlikely Alaska. Well, we're going to try anyway. Alright, so Alaska was successful, which is nice. Take our plane and fly it back to Western United States. He can attack this again. I think that's what he's going to do. That's why he put 3 tanks there. He's going to keep attacking Alaska. So we may just drop our 7 guys here anyway, just to continue the defense of Western. We're going to take our aircraft carrier over to C-Zone 4. We're going to land our planes in C-Zone 4. We're going to take our bomber. We're going to fly our bomber to... Let's fly it over to Let's fly it over to Libya. Actually, let's put it in Karelia. We'll put our one guy here in Karelia. Move our battleship up here. Move our... Oh, yeah. We're going to take... Okay, hold on. I'm going to take our 2 artilleries and our 4 guys. We're going to take them there and drop them there. Take our transport over to C-Zone 2. Pick up these guys. Go up to C-Zone 2. Drop them in Greenland. Right? And we'll leave our sub where it is. Actually, no, you know what? We'll move our sub over there. All right, that looks like we're going to do it for America. Throw our 2 transports over in C-Zone 11. We'll throw 3 guys in Western United States. We'll throw 4 guys. And we'll throw the artillery in Western. Right? Okay. All right. So that concludes America's turn. For the Soviets, I hate doing this for Russia. Because I don't want to lose the 6 transports, we're going to throw a destroyer in here. That gives me a 90% chance to hold against his 2 fighters and his bomber. And I don't want to risk losing that. So, as much as it pains me, we should clear all this out, so Russia should be okay for a turn. So that's what we're going to buy for Russia. Actually, we won't buy 4 infantry. We'll buy 3 infantry and an artillery. All right, now for the combat. Let's take... All right, let's go... Let's go 3 guys. Let's go 2 guys there. And an artillery. We'll go... Let's see, if we do, let's say 5 guys there. No, what does he got there? Let's do... Let's do 2 guys and a fighter there, and then we'll do 7 guys and a fighter. Because even if we don't kill these, we're going to have, in the non-com phase, we can move some of our stuff back. Our tanks. We won't use our tanks to attack. Actually, I could move these 3 tanks over here. That might even be better. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move the 3 tanks over there. Or actually, let's do 2 of them. Let's do 2 tanks there. Let's move What does he got here? 4 tanks. All right, let's back off. Let's move into West Russia. But I really want to kill this. Let's not, though. Let's not be greedy. Let's move. Actually, he can do 4 guys in there. Let's move these 3 guys and these 3 artilleries in there. So if we have 5, let's take the sub and try to kill the aircraft carrier. So he can go 1, 2. He can't get to West Russia, but he can get to Karelia. But if all these are successful, it won't matter. Wait a minute, there's only 1 guy there? Well, that ain't gonna work. Alright, let's take 2 guys there. 2 guys there. Four guys there. And 1 guy there. And this tank will move. I'm wondering if we should keep him for the non-com. Yeah, we're going to have to leave one of these guys here. Actually, we'll put the planes there too, and we can fly. We can do that one there. All right. All right. Let's see how that goes. A little bit risky. Yeah, I know about the sea zone. All right, let's pray for a surprise strike. Would be awesome. Come on, baby. Yes. Alright. For the non-combat move phase, we're going to take our tank, move it up there. We're going to take our fighters and land them up there. Because what can he attack with? He can attack with a guy, 5 tanks. 5 tanks, 1 guy, and 2 planes. We'll have, what, 7 guys? We'll have 8 guys, 2 planes. May not want to do that. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's take our planes back to Russia. Take our tank back to Russia. You can do 5 tanks, a guy, and a bunch of planes and stuff. We will put 2 extra guys in there just to make it 7. But we're going to save our Air Force because I don't want to lose my Air Force. Not yet, anyway. Okay, ran some math real quick, and if we put 2 infantry there, our tank, and our 2 fighters, we have an 86% chance to hold Karelia. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If he wants to lose all of his tanks trying to get it, that's fine because, I mean, I will lose a lot of my Air Force, but we're in a much better place now than we were before. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do it because I can only put 7 infantry. Because I got to mobilize the destroyer there. 72%. Alright, I'm not going to do it. What I'll do is I'll just take it back. So I'm going to lose my American bomber, which kind of sucks. So we'll go here. Move our 5 infantries here. And we'll move our fighters back to West Russia. And we can't move them to West Russia. So we'll move them to Russia. I really wanted to hold that, but I keep forgetting you can't mobilize. I can only mobilize 2 units there. So one of them is going to be the destroyer. So I can't add the extra 2 guys there, and I get it down to 72% to defend. And I don't think it's a risk I want to do. And anything other than that, he's going to take it. So I'm not going to do that. So we'll just have to counterpunch him. So once he does that, we should be able to kill it with everything that we have. We should be able to kill him with everything that we have there. Either with Americans or Russians. So that'll be good. So if he wants to do that and kill all of his tanks, that would be great for us. Alright, that will do it for Russia's round 5. I'll see you guys back. Let me mobilize real quick here. We're going to mobilize the destroyer. And then we're going to mobilize the artillery. Wait a minute here. Russia's pretty safe, so let's mobilize 3 guys. And the artillery. No, let's mobilize that there. Let's get rid of this. Let's put 2 guys there. Oh, no. Let's put 2 guys there and 1 guy there. We do have a lot of stuff still here, but alright. So that will cut it for Russia's round 5. I'll see you guys back for UK round 5.